Welcome to How to Become a Production SQL Database Administrator. My name is Raphael. Continuing with SQL Server Agent jobs, in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to create a job that has multiple steps. The multiple steps that I'll be creating are as follow. I'm going to be taking a full database backup of the database called admin, followed by the second step, which is going to be running a DBCC check database against that command. A couple of things to note. Running the DBCC check database, its primary purpose is to check the logical and physical integrity of all the objects in a specified database, in this case admin. One thing to note, obviously, is that in a production server, where the database may be very, very large, running this can cause performance issues. So it's advisable not to, it's advisable not to run it concurrently with other things, and secondly, it's certainly advisable to run off hours. The other thing to note is that if you are going to run the DBCC command, then run it with the options that comes with it. One is called no info messages, which suppresses all informational messages, and there are other options that you can select when you're using the DBCC check command. I'm using it here because the database is very, very little. And the other thing to note is that I'm going to have a video just dedicated to this one, because this is a very important concept to understand if you do find errors. So what does this DBCC check do? Well, we can run that actually. So if you highlight this and execute, what we're trying to look for actually, it'll go through the entire systems, as you can see. It'll go through all the sys tables and the various objects. And what we'll go through, what we're looking for is this at the end, this very line. And obviously you can see the check database found 0 allocation errors and 0 consistency errors. And this is what we're looking for. So if those two are 0, then we're in good shape. That means our database is intact and is not corrupt. And it's being checked for the logical and physical integrity. So that's what we're looking for. So now I'm going to create this as a job just to demonstrate to you how you can view that. So under your SQL agent job, right click jobs, new job. I'm just going to call this full DB backup. And I'm going to copy paste that. Oh, go to steps, go to new, just call it full DB backup again. And now I'm going to enter the first task, or first step I should say. So in this case, it's our first step is to back up the database. Make sure we parse it, and that's fine. And I'm going to go OK. Now, obviously, in this one single job, I want to create that second step. And in order for me to do that, we just click again, new. And now I'm going to call this DBCC check database. And now, obviously, I'm going to take this, copy, paste this. Now we have a second job. In this particular job, since I want the output of the file to be viewed, go to Advanced, go to Output File, click here. And under, obviously, a directory, I've got it under a directory, but whatever your directory is or you want to send the file to, just select it. Mine's under text files right here. So I'm just going to call this dbcc.text. And go OK. Now I'll have that DBCC output, so go OK. And now, as you can see, this single job has 2 steps. First step is going to back up the database, and upon success, it's going to go to the next step, which will execute the DBCC check database command. And it's going to give me an output into the folder. And this is the folder that's going to go, so we can check it as soon as we run the file. Now, obviously, you would have this job again on a schedule, but for our purposes, I'm just going to right-click it and start. So let me refresh, and there we go. So now I'm going to right-click and start the job, and you'll get this pop-up. Go OK, and as soon as it finishes, which it did, you can see that the output of the file has been shown here. Oops, where's that file? And there it is. So if I double click that, you'll see there's the outcome of that file, of the DBCC command. And obviously is just exactly what we just saw here a minute ago. So this is a great way of using the SQL agent to output a file if needs be, and then how to use multiple steps in a SQL job such as this. So this becomes an efficient way of doing multiple tasks in a single job. So I think I'm going to leave it here, and we'll continue with the next related SQL job where I'm going to start talking about alerts, notifications, and setting up operators. And then before that, obviously, the next video that I'm going to set up is how to set up your database mail. That's a very important thing to have, because all these alerts and reports that you are generating, you want to have a notification system such as the email system. So I'm going to show you how to do that also. So I'll just leave that here, and we'll continue with the next one. So my name is Raphael, and this is how to become a production SQL database administrator.